Welcome back to another video. We are going to be doing a how-to video for the new raid. There is still one more day left for contest right now, so hopefully this helps people that weren't able to complete it on day 1 or people that weren't able to play and are doing the 48-hour contest. Also, let me know if this video helps you out and what I can do to improve with these videos in the future. To start off, let's go over the first encounter. You have 2 scions and bubbles that will spawn around the arena. You want to kill them. That spawns a tormentor. You have a buff on the side of your screen called Sweeping Terror. The way to refresh the buff is to kill the Tormentor. Best way to kill them is Arbalest, because you do have barrier champs that also spawn in the arena, or you can use a Succession Sniper. They don't have a lot of health, so once you get the crits down, they'll die easily. One person out of the team is a Node Runner. He will link all the nodes across the arena to progress to the next part. The buff for the node is called Field of Light and will appear on the left side of your screen. It starts in the same place every time, but it will pick a random one to go to next, and it will show you which one to go to with the beam of light in the direction of the next node. After you activate the node, you lose the buff. You have to go back to the original node that you started from to activate the next ones. After 3 uses of the original node, it will disappear and move over to the next node in the chain. There are 7 nodes in a chain, and this will be repeated 4 times for the entire encounter. Everyone other than the node runner is on ads and focusing on the Tormentor and barrier champs that spawn. The second encounter, in this you'll be split into 2 teams of 3. One person on each side is a node runner while the other 2 are ad clear. It is the same concept as the first encounter, except there is a dark node now. The buff for that is called Flux of Darkness. There are 6 nodes per side. Dark nodes can only link to other dark nodes and vice versa for the light nodes. Let's start with the right side, which is light nodes. You activate the node with one or both the ad clear players in the node, so that they also get the buff, which is Field of Light. The reason they need the buff is because Centurions will spawn periodically as your node runner is activating different nodes, and they can only be damaged by someone with the buff specific to that side. The node runner job is going to start on its specific side and go crisscross across the arena until the end. Remember that you need to continuously activate the buff in order to activate future nodes. While the node runner is activating nodes, the immune Centurions will spawn, and at least one ad clear member per side should have the buff in order to kill them. Once you're at the end of your side, a node will have an aura around it, and ads will spawn. Another Centurion and some red bars. Grab the buff from the final node and kill the final ads. Once you do this, you can proceed to the next floor and repeat this process 2 more times for a total of 3 floors, and that is it for this encounter. The third encounter is probably the more mechanic based encounter out of the entire raid. In this encounter you will also be split into 2 teams of 3. The boss moves around a lot, and the fire he shoots on the floor does a lot of damage, so be aware of that. At the start of the encounter, a bunch of yellow bar ads will spawn by the boss. Once you defeat all the yellow bar ads for your side, the Colossuses will spawn. There will be one on the top platform and one on the bottom platform. Best way to kill this is a Fusionate and a melee, which ignites it and makes it one shot, so someone can finish with Aeons to produce heavy ammo. Or you can use a Wither Horde and some primary also works. Whoever kills the Colossus will get a buff called Planetary Insight on the left side of your screen. This shows which 2 planets per side need to be moved to the opposing side. There will be 1 planet on the top platform that needs to be moved and 1 on the bottom platform, and vice versa for the other side. The other 2 people on your side will grab the planets with the buff Planetary Shift. This is a time-based buff, so if you take too long, you are unable to attune the planets. Once you grab the planets from your side, you will attune them to the other side where they also picked up their planets. So you're essentially replacing and swapping around these 2 planets with the other 2. In order to inform the other 2 players coming from the other side where to attune the planets, you will guide them to the planet or the platform. Once this is completed, more yellow bars will spawn by the boss. Kill these quickly in order to spawn more Colossus. They will also spawn on the same platforms as before. Once you have the Planetary Insight buff, you will look in the middle. There will be 3 floating planets on top of the plates. 2 of them will be one color and the other planet will be a different color. You will call out the single one. For example, if there is 2 dark planets and 1 light, you will call out 1 light. This makes it easier and a given on what the other 2 planets are. You will grab the planets associated with your side, dark right and light left, and bring those planets to the middle. Once this is done, DPS will begin. However, you need to go in an alternating plate for all of DPS. So if there are 2 dark and 1 light planets in the middle, you will go dark, light, dark on those plates for DPS. It can vary. It can be left, middle, and right depending on the planet's orientation, or left, right, middle. Once you figure out your rotation, get ready on those plates and start to do DPS. The DPS window is fairly short, about 7 to 8 seconds, but the boss's insane paper-thin health makes up for it. Do this 2 to 3 more times and this encounter is completed. The final boss. You will be split into 3 teams of 2. The 2 in the middle will shoot Nezarec's crit on shoulders and chest. If this does not happen within a timely manner, he will spawn the Void Vortex that slingshots at you across the map and will 1 or 2 hit you, as well as doing a Scion boop, but this is a repeatedly Scion boop, and this stun must be done in order for the left and right teams to do their job in order to start DPS. Now there is an actual mechanic to this boss. I highly doubt anyone is going to use it. The reason I won't be including in this video is most definitely not because I don't know how to do it, but actually because we didn't use it and it is not necessary to do. You also don't need Eager Edge, but that would be helpful. The people on the sides. One is a node runner and the other is ad clear. The node runner will activate 6 nodes on their side. Again, this is split up in a light on left side and dark on right side node. Once all nodes are activated, DPS will start. It's that simple. You want the ad clear to be on point to help out the node runner and the people in the middle to continuously stun. Once this is done, make your way to the middle right platform, which is where you will do DPS from. Pop a early well just so you don't die. Shoot the crit in the middle. Once the beam of light appears on Nezarec, DPS will start. From here, this boss is a complete pushover. Absolutely not tanky at all. You can comfortably 2-phase this on contest, and without contest, I would expect it to be 1 phase every time. And that is it. Grab the chest, and that is Root of Pushover, Nightmare's raid, for Lightfall. Hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, I'll see you in the next one.